Hello and welcome, Lynx here, and we are playing Wind in the Crown. Also, please tell me if you are of similar opinion, but this little beginning when it comes to audio, to me at least, it sounds familiar, a little familiar to Fate. Fate's Day Night. Like, I don't mean the entire thing, but the thing that mostly like is on a repeat right now. Obviously with Fate it wasn't the entire song, but it is a little familiar, I think. Or I'm just completely deaf when it comes to music, which is also possible. Anywho, Wind in the Crown. This game supposedly has like 3 episodes. I don't know if we'll be squeezing that into 3 episodes on YouTube. Quite possible we might do that. It looks interesting, to be honest. It looks interesting. Let's see it. Let's see what this is about. Okay, so it does have 3 episodes. Of course, we are starting with episode 1, Turning the Page. I had a dream. A peculiar event for my often empty periods of unconsciousness. A girl with hair of burning red flames and spirit too much. A girl who faces a world of oppression and sorrow with an indomitable spirit. Hopes of a life beyond the dreary path her parents foisted upon her. Hopes of finding a place in the world that those around her doubt she'll ever find. And this, what the heck, this sounds a little similar to GoldenEye. What the heck could it be? Someone used royalty-free stuff that are a little bit similar, but royalty-free. Anywho. Loneliness undercutting her spirit, darkness dueling that spark, fear tainting her vision. Ashnell. I've lived here all my life. No matter how I look, I see nothing that reminds me of my roots. A vision of a world so foreign to mine. I frantically look side to side to see any trace of the abundant magic of my world, of even a single spark of light or dark magics that are so woven into myself. I see machines driven by technology that should not exist. Can't lightning that keeps the street lights on technology. I see the girl learning about it in a dreary classroom that's so boring compared to the one I teach in. That's right. I'm a teacher, and only my lessons are interesting. Hey, I mean, I would like to say, as long as the teacher thinks that her or his lessons are interesting, it's good, but at the same time, maybe it shouldn't be like that. Maybe you should not actually think your lessons are interesting, right? Unless it's by looking at the students and you see they are interested, then you can think that, but other than... Anywho. More emptiness in her heart as she sits there, surrounded by lights that I can barely distinguish in the darkness. She looks towards a future that does not exist. Oh. I'm the daughter of a tanner, and nothing more awaits outside of school. All I will be, all that we are. In my dream, I can see flickers of other flames dancing in her unending void of sorrow. They dance around, teasing her with lights of hope. A pale light that drives away the darkness. Warm and supportive. I can feel the smile of a short girl with platinum blonde hair spark emotions in my heart. A friend I do not know. A girl whose face I have never seen before. But I know, in my heart of hearts, that she's my best friend, who has carried my soul through the darkness of this void. The dream I see is one that nothing more than the darkest of fantasies. A world of suffering that exists only in this abyss of my slumber. Yet, it is my home. Also, I have not pointed that out until now, but she has a dangerous hairstyle. Dangerous for herself. Also, I like that hairstyle, which is why it annoys me that in anime it's a cursed hairstyle. Anyway. I had a dream last night. It's one that has drifted into my mind for the last few evenings and refuses to go away. A nightmare. You know what, funnily enough, I think for the past 5-6 days, every night I have nightmares as well. It's funny. Coincidence? Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe I really am linked to the games. In my dream, I always see the same woman. Tall, confident, gorgeous. The fire in her soul burns like an inferno that threatens to consume all around it. Everything in her stance screams of a woman who has never once had a day where she questioned herself. At her fingers lie a power that I could never hope to comprehend or wield. Or so you tell yourself. No, seriously, this is so GoldenEye-ish. By the way, I've never actually played GoldenEye. I just know that song. Which probably is not surprising if you, like, are in world of games, that you would hear that. Banger. Magic. I'm the teacher for those with my gift, for I've met so few with my raw talent. Oh. So not only telling you are a great teacher, but you are also a great, like, magician? Interesting. A mountain hangs in the backdrop. Their refuge. Their home, so far away from the courts and centers of power that the woman reaches out for. That's when I see the thing that scares me the most about this dream. Her flame burns away all around it, leaving nothing but an empty void, the void of life. Fear, loneliness, pride. It all dances around her in the burning embers that she leaves in her wake. It scares me. It shakes me down to my core, thinking about the kind of person who willingly burns all bridges to the rest of the world. They just don't understand my value. That's when another person steps through the flames. The woman made of nothing but pure shadows and two pools of glowing yellow light. The flames cool down as she steps through them. They turn her into ash, but not a single dark thread is burned. I don't know if the mage lets her through or if she streams stronger. I don't have a chance to find out when it happens. Blood. So much blood erupts from my dream woman's heart. Screams of pain. Scream of fear. Please for a second chance. It hurts. It hurts when she cries like that. Then the woman in the shadows swirls around like a vortex before the shadows are completely engulfing where the blood used to be. All that remains in the dream is darkness, the red-haired mage and the shadowy heart that beats inside of her. Royale. She gave her life to save me. Save me. To force us to become one. Her magic lives in my heart and her soul lives in my head. Royale. Why do I feel like I've heard that name before? Was she... No, she wasn't in any of the Raising Angel games. Yes, I'm not sure. Have I mentioned that? This is from IDHAS Studios, yes. Who made Raising Angel games. And also, worth mentioning, also made one of the games that we played very not long ago, called Nightmare on Run Street. No, I don't see any Raising Angels characters, but yeah. I do not know where do I recognize that name from now. Anyway, when it all fades away, all that remains is a single odd book that falls from above and lands in front of me. I reach forward to open it, and then the dream ends. These dreams, I know that both cannot exist. Reality can only be one of them. Reality can only contain one of us. But in my mind, I am both. Both are me. What is the dream and what is reality? Are neither of us real, simply the echoes of a third dreamer? I can hear a voice pulling me from my slumber. A voice I know, a voice that's foreign to me. I'm Aku Hobson. I am Aku Hobson.
Aku, my love, you can't sleep the day away, especially not today.
Cute. Time to get up. For my body may be heavy and the softness of the fur blanket tossed over me is alluring, life does not seem to want to give me a break. Okay, I do believe that the cast of this game is mostly, if not all, female, so for our Aku, she will be sounding like me, even while talking. I take a deep breath, trying my best to still the beating in my heart. I'm not some schoolgirl, the daughter of some tanner that struggles to put food on the table. I've been in the woods maybe 3 times in my life. Wow. That's even less than me. Right? I know who I am. I know which of us is the dream. But this is her world. I have memories of growing up in this room, but I've never been here before. What? Schoolgirl. I'm an instructor, a damn fine one. The best court mage that ever graced the halls of the palace. A master of light, shadow, and flame. I snap my fingers, reaching deep into the well of magic beating my heart, drawing out the resurrecting flames that have become my signature move. And nothing comes. I picked right. Right? I'm Aku Hobson. I'm a mage, a damn fine one. But being a decade younger in a world I know and cannot comprehend, and devoid of magic, my confidence has a few holes in it after that dream. Should I scream? Panic? Not that either of those two things would do even the smallest iota to help me solve my problem, but they would help me regain my footing if I could just lose myself for a moment.
Now, Aku, your father isn't going to wait forever for that salt, and you don't have much time before the selection either.
The answer comes to me quickly. If I'm Aku the mage or Aku the schoolgirl, both of them need to keep their head down while they figure out what is going on. That means going out with these coins and getting my hands on some salt and some answers. Assuming salt means the same thing that it has always meant, as far as I know, it could be slang for potent drugs. Okay. I know that to not be the case. In my mind, I can picture a man with fiery red hair letting me play with the back of it as a small child. The saltiness on my tongue as I pop a crusted finger in my mouth. The memory is blurry, like a time-worn painting, which is what I can use to start formulating a foundation, establish what I can see in my mind as a clear-cut fact. What is the most clear memory that I have of the previous day? I can kind of remember going to school, rundown full of kids in drag clothing. This whole town has that feeling. My memory tells me that it was because this town was a part of my mining kingdom in the days before the Empire came and took it over like it took all the smaller city-states. But what is the Empire's name? I just know it's Empire. Red flag. The mining kingdom of Ashnel fell on hard times as the empire took grand tributes from the miners. Today, Ashnel is by far the poorest of the vassal states, only remembered when quotas fall short. Oh boy. I definitely could believe that tale. From the way the crumbling roads looked more like a battlefield with a deranged mage of a ghastly look of vacancy on the face of those I pass. The neglect and suffering is real. Huh. Could I really have grown up in such a town? No magic running through my fingertips. No mountain academy where I was the utter pinnacle of perfection and ended up as a court mage, and no books of... The book! Like a flood, the memories are dressed through me, and I know without a single doubt in my body that there is the truth. I had gone into the hidden library under a headmaster's room as I always did, despite the numerous protests of Nerissa. Royale had noticed an old book in the corner with red and gold trim that she had not seen there in our previous adventures. Just to humor her, since she couldn't look it up herself, I had gone to open it up and let her read it. Royale doesn't ask for much, and she's been a good Mindhouse guest. It had some silly boring title, Queen's Game or something like that. Nothing that didn't suggest some kind of boring love story, but the shadowy woman voice in my head was fascinated. And as soon as I opened it, I was here. Could these memories be from the book? It wouldn't be outlandish for there to have been some kind of magic that pulled me into some kind of story. It wouldn't? Interesting. Backstory. That's what's inside in my head. It's the only thing up there right now. Royale has been deadly quiet since I woke. What? Since I don't have any of my magics, do I not have her heart in me? Did the book not take her with me? It's an only lonely feeling, even though it's a nice thought to not be a grey mage at the moment. Anywho, focus, Aku, focus. Royale is not your most immediate concern. The story is. I'll have to parse through it to see if I can find what the story might be about. I assume that this is how I'm going to get home. It would make the most logical sense that the way out of magical book is to complete it. Otherwise, I'm doomed to relive my teenage years in a rundown mining town. They were bad enough the first time.
Aku, there you are. I was looking everywhere for you.
I'm always in the last place. Look, you should start by looking there.
Use that joke every time.
And one of these times you'll laugh for real.
We're running out of time for me to laugh, aren't we? I'll make sure I laugh one on the next one. Today's the day. Are you scared? I went a little extra herbal tea if you need some.
Running out of time. Today's the day. I need to play this smoothly. Not at all. Here.
I'm a little nervous, but I'll be fine.
She's lying. Ahm-e. Always have been that way since she moved here when she was 5. Still as tall as she was then. Wow. You'd never believe she's a year older than me. Ooh. Whoa. My childhood friend, one of the few people who can tolerate how bright and talented I am. Even this world, I don't know if that speaks more to her kindness or my abrasiveness. I know these memories of her tending to me when I was bit by a wild dog. I was never bit by a wild dog. Or the nights we spent bundled up in my father's furs, talking about the future are fake. That she's not a real person. Ah. I was not bitten by a wild dog, but by a dog cat. But...
Aren't you okay? Do you require medical attention?
I'm fine. Really. Just the pressures of today are weighing down on me.
It's going to be a long month, no matter how it all turns out, so keep your head up until the end. There's even a chance that we may not get picked, and the muffin deals are in our favor that we won't be put up on the sacrificial chopping block.
What? Things always work out for us, huh? No need to worry.
Of course!
She says that with such a sweet, supportive smile, but we both know that neither of us are going to be that lucky. If I'm trapped in a book, then it is fair enough to assume that it follows a predictable story pattern. My survival is going to be highly dependent on making sure I stay one step ahead of known storytelling patterns. And storytelling pattern number 1 is that childhood friends are always brought into these kinds of dangerous situations to serve as my rival. Or love interest, I guess. For me, childhood friends always lose. Which is a shame. Maybe she'll be someone I have to protect instead. Ahm-e does have that whole purity vibe around her. Has she? Did you want to join me? I was just about to head up to the store to get some salt for my father.
Oh, that's why I came to find you. They're moving out this time of the ceremony. We need to be in the plaza in 20 minutes.
Right. The ceremony for me. The ceremony is specially chosen to have my presence at. My ceremony. I have no idea what the hell ceremony she's talking about. But the nervousness she showed earlier and the fact that some kind of event has to kick off a story means that I'm heading into some kind of situation. We're wearing matching outfits, but these outfits are more practical than decorative. Protective, but I don't think they'd be too useful in a serious fight. Some kind of fancy selection process for an elite school. Maybe. Why the hell can I remember throwing up in the 2nd grade on picture day, but I cannot remember something as critical as this? Keep it simple, Aku. The reason you don't remember is that you aren't supposed to remember. Whatever is controlling this book wants to see how I react under pressure of the unknown. Hopefully. Or not. That's honestly a bit sadistic. If this book wants me to suffer and it controls reality, I need to figure out what the rules of it are and fast. That means walking headlong into the first major event. Stay frosty, Aku.
I don't think you'll have time to say goodbye to your family. The punishments for being late are severe.
And we'll already be pushing it too close. Yeah. Taking my hand, she leads me off to what I'm hoping is the first step in getting me back to my normal body, back to my normal life, and out of this insufferable book. That's the same sound as they used in Raising Angels. The first thing that leaps out me as I'm brought into the town's main square is that I'm not the only one here for the ceremony. My expectations that there would be maybe a dozen at most girls here with me and Ahm-e has fallen apart in seconds. While she's leading me through the crowd, I'm doing a quick estimate of this crowd size. Based on the size of the square, another of my useless trivia facts when I could use more critical information, by the way. The average spacing and din of noise, I'm estimating maybe 300 girls here. What? All wearing the same outfit as us. Same brown leather jacket, dark pants that don't quite make it to the boots, and the black leather boots that look like they could take some abuse. My rough estimates place all the girls at about 16 to 19 years old. Some of them I know from class, but others are unrecognizable. Probably brought here from the every corner of Ashnell. Fear hangs over the gathering like a storm cloud. A small handful seem eager for whatever this is to commence. Maybe a dozen at most. There are far more than look like they are about to burst into tears. A girl with long curly ebony hair is crouched down, clutching her knees as she whimpers in fear. Whatever I am, almost certainly about to be thrown headfirst into strikes the same kind of fear as the dragon flying overhead. Unfortunately for the dragon, I face down far greater threats than whatever scares a bunch of teenagers. A scrawny girl with wavy hair whose face is flooded with tears makes a break for it. Out the corner of my eye, I can see her attempt to push past the stream of girls being led in. That's when I see them. Figures clad in black in the crowd that my man just skipped over for the lack of originality, with masks that cover all but narrow slits of their eyes. Imperial Special Police, if my memory is serving me correctly, and forces for the Queen. They must be here to ensure that things go smoothly. I can see very clearly what the mob of enforcers are doing to her, but when she's thrown back in the square with us, I can see blood dripping from a blackened eye. No turning back. I stepped into this mess. What if you just didn't show up at all? I'm curious. Looking around, I try to see if there are any familiar faces from my home world. There are a few girls that I have foggy memories of meeting in the past, but nobody that would be from another world. I'm surrounded by hundreds of people. I have a childhood friend trying her best to pat me on the shoulder, and I feel completely and utterly alone. It's been a while since my mind has been purely my own. Even now, I'm waiting for a quip from Royale about shapes that could be made in the arrangement of the people here. I would have said yesterday that the quiet would have been wonderful, but now that I have it, it feels empty. I hope she's okay.
We should go get a better view of the stage.
What? Eager?
Not at all, but going back wouldn't do anything good, will it? I have to be brave for my family.
That's right, there is no cowards here. I'm not sure what we are supposed to be afraid of at this gathering, but it is a good mentality to have, probably. Maybe. Ahm-e, how's this all going to transpire? Oh, it's not.
How were the gods? Have decreed it?
I meant more like the schedule of events for today, not like, you know.
Oh, did you forget? It's really unlike you, Aku.
What can I say? Even I make the occasional lapse in planning.
Please try to focus up. I don't want anything bad to happen to you. The governor is going to talk about the Empire for a few minutes, how we are stronger and united, and a little bit about the past of our city-state before we are absorbed into the Empire.
Sounds engaging.
And then comes the name throwing. I believe that they are going to be pulling 20 names from a pool of all girls in National that are 14 to 20.
Weren't it 16 to 19? Well, whatever.
Then will they be forced to participate in a Queen's game? I'm not scared, but normally they only take 1 or 2 girls from each city-state, but to increase it by 20-fold. At least if we both get picked, the odds that we're going to be the ones when the others' life are very low. Aku, you'll keep your promise that we'll work together and deliver in the end, right?
Friends to the end, Ahm-e. Dude, like, I have such a bad comment right now. Such a bad comment, like, you know, with that name I would be more suspicious you might pull something. I don't recall making any sort of promise, but it is one that I know I would be willing to make without a moment of hesitation. There is over a dozen city-states, so if there are any sort of dev games in my future, I've got a lot of people to worry about. Of course, her saying that means the odds of me and her being the last 2 people alive are astronomically high, but that's a problem for future Aku. Present Aku still lacks key information. But to think of the reward at the end of this... The moment I say that, the fear seems to bleed a little from her pale face and an encouraging smile takes place.
You always did want to be queen, didn't you?
Wouldn't it be Empress?
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Nothing. I'm sure you'd like it as well.
I don't think I'll be a very good leader.
Nonsense, Ahm-e. You've got a big heart and the passion to make the changes that need to be made. You just need to believe in yourself.
Thanks, Aku.
Get lined up. Move it. Great way to treat your future dictator. As I stand in the line, the tragic nature of what I know is about to happen is a bit lackluster. Since this is a story, I know that myself and Ahm-e have already been chosen to be the lambs to be led to slaughter. That's assuming that I have correctly identified the basic premise of the story, but what kind of tale starts with a giant dev game to decide their next sovereign and then goes into a tale about ore mining? I don't know. Is there a story like that? Call it egotistical, but I think I'm worth at least a dev game arena. The large screen that has captivated the gathered audience in the city square shows similar events playing out elsewhere in the various city-states. In normal times, the mechanics of the screen would fascinate me. Now, the content is all that matters. 2 by 2 girls from each of the 10 city-states are called from a rotating ball of names. The governor of each state reaches in and plucks out 2 strands of paper. The reactions to those who are unfortunate enough to have their names drawn are mixed. Most of them have some form of trepidation, the thought of killing and being killed haunting them. A short curvy girl with rose gold hair from a nation of loggers and hunters feigns that has to be dragged off. By the way, this sounds a little bit like... Imagine not remembering the title of the manga. Battle Royale. Literally Battle Royale, the manga. It's so good. But not everybody is a tiny sheep. Not everyone is an accidental draw of potential royalty. Some of these girls are striding forward with their heads held high. A dark, tan-skinned girl from the desert lands with muscles and confidence to make her a threat to me. Rose Gold's counterpart, a cheery girl who skips up on stage with a rambunctious cheer, others with their eyes on the prize. People who think they can win and be the next ruler. The best chance that anyone has it if they have dreams of power and wealth. Too bad that they have to go through B to succeed. I know this story is going to unfold. They can't win, that's my job. Oh, they will try, that's for sure, but at the end of this, Ahm-e and I are going to be sitting on the throne. How both of us will be is still a mystery, but I'll figure it out. I don't have a choice in the matter. If I died here, I don't know if I will stay dead. Yeah! Just because I died doesn't mean that I'm dead. Considering Laurel's state of being nothing more than a voice in my head, I'm not sure if she can die if I die in a fictional world. When I get a chance, I need to ponder that particular enigma. She's already given her life once for me after my overconfidence nearly killed me. I can ask her to do that again. If I assume the worst happens, only one of us will be able to make it out of this. Would she even live if I die here? Would she be stuck as a voice in a corpse? A booming voice shakes me out of my dreary thoughts. A portly man in elegant clothing has taken the stage and is beginning his own short speech about the necessity of these games. I take the most passing interest in what he's saying, no matter how they spin it. Electing leaders for 5 years by having dev games with participants drawn at random and pulled from every stage is just ineffective and silly to extreme. Yeah, that's ridiculous. The tension in the air is thick as the seconds tick by. Everyone fears that they are going to be the one who steps forward and dies in horrible ways because our nation never wins. But I'm not. Even if I weren't already possessed of the knowledge that Ahm-e and I are being chosen, I know I'd win if chosen. It's certainly a free promotion to royalty. The governor reaches into the giant wheel to pull out his first name, and it is... Aku Hobson.
Oh no! Who could have seen this coming? What am I to do? What were the odds?
People are backing away from me like I've contracted the plague. Seriously. Book Aku, what did you do growing up? These girls should know the odds of my success are basically guaranteed. Guards in clean black uniforms are walking up to take me away to the holding cell before I get loaded onto the train to the Empire's capital. People have probably tried to run in the past, know that there is anywhere to go. As I follow them, I hear the mayor call out the next name. Exactly as I predicted, it is Ahm-e. She scrunched up her face in this brave little look. Not much of a story if the two main characters weren't involved in it. Everything is unfolding exactly as I was expecting it to do. As long as I keep it moving along how I want, then I should be able to get us both out of this alive.
Wind in the ground. I don't believe I enjoy this form of transpiration.
Because of the noise from the engine, the opulence of the cars, perhaps because it is taking us 2 hours ahead, far faster than I would have preferred.
Because the windows are slightly tinted and I feel my perception of the time is slightly off.
Of course. Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
It does?
Not in the slightest, but what does it right now?
We're so agitated. It's Aku, she's always agitated.
Because when they said that I would be going to the capital, I assumed that it would be a several-day journey, since my trip to the mountain was an abysmal long trip.
First you're impatient and upset, now you're upset and wanting to lag. What mountain trip? Are you talking about the time we went to the mines? You're often so hasty, I think it may be because you are secretly afraid of what is in the store.
I'm afraid I'm not going to have time to figure out a proper solution and end up being the one that kills you.
I do not believe you would.
You could be forced to kill me. If both of us are the last ones in the death game and I haven't formulated a plan out of it, I'd have to defend myself and...
Hey, we're going to go check out the dining car. See ya! Yeah, bye.
I don't blame them. Unfortunately for them, it's nothing more than a magical storybook I found myself in. I'm a protagonist. That means that I'm going to win this with only minor problems. Are you sure about that? I've never had to deal with magical storybooks before, but it doesn't take a genius like me to determine how it's all going to go down. Magical storybooks are still stories, and that means a structure. Exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, and resolution. I just need to watch for the specific cues that indicate where we're going and direct things the way I want them. I don't believe that I need to change things. The book will guide me along the path and I'll just be brought to survival and home. Also, you know what? I start to think I might need to open up the case of the PC. Because it really is going wild. I know it's summer, so it's hotter. But the fans really are going a bit too wild. But that's not how I play. Surviving isn't winning, following a set path is just boring. I can get through this far faster than any meta writer could dream up. Mage Instructor Aku Hobson can beat some third-year magic student's fantasy dream book. Step 1 is going to be gathering up as much information about the games up to this date. There have to be records or something where I'm going, so I can use that to build up a picture of what I face. Step 2 is to identify the antagonist and either utilize them to defeat minor threats that will weaken them enough to easily defeat or simply eliminate them early so there is no big climax against me. A quiet voice whispers in my head that my terms are sanitizing a far bloodier situation. I'm not eliminating threats or dispatching issues. I'm killing or getting people killed. Plain and simple. If there are that many people being thrown into these games, I'm inevitably going to be responsible for a few deaths, even if I do my best to avoid being the direct cause. They're just fictional characters in a fictional story. As I left the book, they would cease to be anyway. Nothing more than illusions that fade away at the end of the day. Yeah, I'm not really killing anything. You can kill things that never really existed. Even if I have memories of a childhood here, those memories are fake. Fake! If my plans to survive this are going to have any hope of winning, I need to keep my crumbling hold on that. Those dreams were nothing more than dreams. My inner strength, my peerless skill, my creativity, I've got all the pieces to escape this story without any difficulty. I just need to believe. The soft rumbling of the train as it barrels down the track to the next part of my destiny calms my beating heart. I need to figure out how this machine works so I can take it back home with me and never ride a slow cart again. Right, my plan. Heh. I only need steps 1 and 2 to succeed. Everything else I might as well just freelance and have a little fun. Stressing out over it is only going to make me fail. My character has the right backstory. I'm the protagonist. What more do I really need to do other than not make stupid decisions like wander off with the insane serial killer? Should I try to pretend to be meek and talentless? So many protagonists have that rising first and second acts that it almost feels bad having to skip ahead. Hey, I believe that this might be the easiest adventure I've ever had to go on.
Just because you believe something that doesn't make it through, but I'd be surprised if you did take a few shortcuts.
Spinning around, I see a man in his 30s with a ragged mustache and graying hair striding towards me. Confident, assured, a man who knows that we are very much in his domain. Sounds like you already know exactly who is going to win this.
Oh, I do. Eventually, for life is long and winding road to reach that point.
Can I help you?
I'm the one who is here to help guide you and prepare you for the trials that will soon await you. I'm your chief of candidate preparation, so you can just go ahead and call me chief.
Well, what does being chief consist of, chief?
Oh, good. You're not just screaming at me to let you go back to your home like last duo. That's a step in direction of positive resolution. For next week or so, I'm going to be getting you ready for the arena. You'll be learning important new skills, showing yourself off to your potential future subjects and just living at large. In short, I'm your babysitter. I know teenagers being led to the slaughter probably don't want some stuffy adult keeping an eye on them, but I'll try getting you through it with minimal problems. I do also play a large role in the management of the games.
That sounds acceptable. Might have a few questions for you as they come up for.
It would be my honored privilege to help the one who may be future queen.
It's awfully convenient that someone with such an influential role just so happened to be on my train and was willing to talk to me out of everyone here. Barely after all the other years left, leaving this car empty except for the two of us. He didn't seem to be making any unwelcome advances on me or exploiting the power structure. Well, no one special, I should be the be the only one. He can't be here because of that. Unless I focus all of my energy trying to draw upon any bit of grey side that I can. There has to be something here. Something a little bit of magic still left in my heart that a true prodigy like me can access. Like the faintest hint of spice on the air. I can feel it. I've got the magical strength of a null, but I can just pick up the light tongue of magical energy radiating from him. His power must be obscene for me to detect in this shape of a book. It has to be a book, and this thing is a magical part of it. What are you?
I just told you
I said, what are you?
Are you feeling alright?
Don't play with me. You are no better man, and no matter what kind of these guys you hide behind. What are you, chief?
You're just going straight to accusing me that I'm what? A monster? Some kind of underwater demon?
I was testing the waters at first, but that statement might as well have screamed that there is something suspicious with you.
I can feel your magic book. Without that amazing sensitivity to shadows and light of reals, you can still root out the magic in the air, huh? Absolutely incredible.
How would you know about? You're a part of the book.
I guess you could say that I'm your caretaker in this quest in more ways than one.
Oh, let me go.
What? Just like swish, swish, bum, and you're home? Not going to happen.
Then let me just end your story now.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Violence never solved anything.
Are you sure about that? I just looked outside there, walking on the rooftops of the building opposite to mine. Wait, they're putting additional layer technically to the sides. We have it since last year. So basically I was not using the heaters in winter, didn't need to. We're doing the same over there. Anyway. Oh, is that why we are being put into the death game where we are expected to fight for our lives? Because violence isn't the answer?
Is it my fault that you opened a magical tome of stories and now are stuck living them out?
Yes, because you are the magical tome.
Okay, I see that appealing to your kindness isn't going to stop you from stabbing me 37 times. Here's Crystal, let's try another route.
Is it sending me home?
I couldn't do that. If I, your dear sweet chief, had power, you bet I'd consider it, but I don't. The only way out of this is to finish the story.
Oh, lies. That matches what I thought myself, but if I can make him track before that point, I'll take a free trip home.
Easy, killer, easy. It's the truth. That's why I'm here. I'm on your side in all of this. My objective is to help you navigate the story and come to a proper conclusion.
Why should I believe you?
I don't suppose my winning smile and charming personality is enough. Well, the truth is that you don't need to believe me. Be skeptical of every word out of my mouth. It doesn't change where you are on the situation you are in. Stopping me isn't going to fix that. My untimely death doesn't change the story. You're going into that arena one way or another.
Fine. You're right about one thing. Stabbing you isn't going to help my situation, even if it will improve morale.
Oh, you'll be able to do plenty of stabbing soon. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. So, let's sit down, enjoy the fun of travel, and discuss the plans on how to stand a chance at possibly surviving these games.
Despite my utter disdain for this monster of man, he gets the gall to sit down across from me and pull out a bag of dinner mints and starts popping them into his mouth.
Listen well of these games. Eat before you get thrown to the arena. Everything from other competitors to traps made by the Royale arbitrators to your very own body is going to try and bring you down. Food is going to be limited to whatever you can scrounge up in the field, whatever the initial warches has in it. And if either of you have tributators, we can afford dropping food into the arena. And when they like centers with fire and spunk, the whole pen I think not going to make you friends.
Plus the refuse mining faces in the ascenders who are going to be big hits.
Oh yeah. If you have a good lineup across the board for you to face, I prep myself for the gauntlet that you are going to face.
You're proud of this.
Should I not be? Yes, I may be the evader of the book itself, but I had to put in a lot of hard work to making this story. The book will give me the outlines, but the rest, all me. Come on now, don't look at me like that. I'm always looking for constructive criticism.
I point out a single flaw and you're going to cause the train to suddenly combust in the inferno that reaches the heavens.
Whoa, relax, I'm a good guy. Like I said, I'm here to facilitate your story. Rocks fall and everyone dies, doesn't facilitate anything. I give you my word that you will suffer the retribution for everything you have to say.
Okay, I play. Let's start with why the leader of an empire is a queen. You do know the difference between a monarchy and an empire, right? And while we're on that, what kind of transfer of power is just having dev games between the vassal states? You end up with a single person who is good at healing, not ruling. Your government might work once or twice, but how long has this empire been going?
A long time.
Yeah, no, that is highly unbelievable. And these vassals just give up their children because the central government is stronger. How is it stronger? I've seen nothing to give me that impression. Then there are the day games themselves. To be honest, it's boring. Let me guess. You had a bunch of kids preparing to fight each other in a temperate forest.
But it gives the bell.
It is boring. Grab a desert or a field of crystalline flowers or something. I can only see that I'm going to be facing down my chat of friends on a windswept plain with a thunderstorm overhead.
It wasn't going to be a thunderstorm.
Not denying the rest of it, huh?
But there's going to be special events. Everybody dies in them, that there will...
Oh, be a dramatic vote. That's just dev games with extra steps. Which reminds me, why are you just picking stereotypical things? A sweet childhood friend, a temperate forest, a boring uniform.
Hey, I like the design.
Yeah, no, you're just really bad at this, okay? Your story is just dual overused tropes and I'm going to steamroll.
But I did all this work.
And I'm sure you can to find out how bad it is after you've done so much work. But hey, next time someone falls into your book, you'll be ready for them. You're the best person you ever encountered in years. Wow, well, sorry to make it a short adventure for you. Before I forget, you also need to give me a villain or something early on to face off against. Give me a foil to play off of. I should be hating this evil empire, but I'm pretty indifferent. This cosplay just feels sad. Not so like the emotion, but more pathetic.
I was really proud of this. You give me a lot to think about. I'm going to get a drink and ponder how I could have gone so wrong.
Kidnapping someone with a working knowledge of literature was probably your first mistake.
Right. I'll pick you up. I'll pick you up at the station. Take you to your residency. Just need a few minutes to recompose myself.
No retribution.
No retribution.
The man slumps away, almostly drifting out of the car, alone once more. That felt good. That was much needed moment of venting. I should have asked a few questions, but I will leave those for later. For now, let me bask in the glory of my first of many victories against this book. Wind in the crown.
Welcome to your home for the next week. Feel free to explore, just don't go into the rooms that are marked with a red stripe. If you decide to go exploring those doors, don't expect the protector to show any mercy to you during the test.
Red stripe, don't. Okay. Meaning if we go into their special lounge with a wet bar, except to die for ruining their good time.
For more record, I'd like to give you credit. You're supposed to be impartial, but the troublemakers who try to ruin their tests always seem to have early accidents.
I'm surprised you can say that out loud.
Let's just say that somehow they are never able to record it or overhear me saying it. Almost like I'm the real test proctor here.
I want to say something. I want to take some control over the situation and let him know that he has to play by the same rules. But needlessly needling him at this point is not going to help me. But does feel really good, so maybe just one more time. Or maybe it is because nobody likes to listen to you? Sorry, what'd you say? It might not help me, but it does make me feel better.
Great jokes, glad to be of service. I'll be just heading home. See you later, alligator.
I thought he was pretty good. Yeah, you can play jokes as well. 5 seconds go by. 10, 15, and he does walk back in. It's after a few minutes of waiting that the painful truth of being outplayed hits me. That bastard left! Hoi! That's not how this is supposed to go. The proper way to do this joke is to leave and then come back in a few seconds. For someone who thinks he's so powerful, he could certainly learn how to tell a joke.
Yeah, jokes. Haha. What did the fish say when he ran into a wall? Damn!
Heh. Stupid, but funny. Literally my reaction. Heh.
The best jokes are always like that. As long as they get smiles from cute girls, that's all that matters.
Isaiah.
So, you're like another one of the... Oh, they had an official word for this. People.
That's right, aspirant is the word you're looking for in this case.
Oh yeah, aspirin, that thing.
For a fleeting moment, I can see her sizing me up. The stupor of ditziness fades away and I can see a shrewd mind judging and evaluating everything from my looks, my stature. Maybe she thinks that I can see through her luck, but I get a feeling she just doesn't care. My name is Aku Hobson.
Alright, introductions. I totally forgot then. Mostly because they don't really matter and all of you all are going to be totally cops in a few weeks maximum. But I must well have some fun with you all before then. I'm Isaiah, just Isaiah. No last name, never needed one.
What makes you so confident that you're the one who's going to win this?
Because...
She glanced around the room to ensure we are alone before stepping in very close, uncomfortably close.
Well, I can already see you're going to be fun, so I'll tell you. You want to live, don't you? You want to make it home to see your parents' friends, some dream of the future? Everyone does. Everyone has something to care about. She has her sister. Weirdo has her friend she wants to get inside of.
Ow.
And the bandit has her fortunes. But me, do you know what I'm fighting for?
Nothing.
Wow, you're good at this. You see, I honestly don't care if I live or die. I've been dead since I was a little girl on the training ground when you all had that manifestation and risking your life or taking another. You want, I want.
And?
Hey?
There is no way that I can tell that I've already looked deaf in the eye and had my insides ripped out by a golem. As disconcerting as this psychotic threatening rant would be to a normal person, I'm far from being such a normal person. I'm a court mage, okay? Threats don't intimidate me, to be honest.
It's not a threat, it's a promise.
I'm even less impressed.
Wait, what? Come on, that was really amazing. Everybody would know there was at least of birds. Do you not believe me?
Oh no, I very much believe you. You strike me as type who is far more threatening than what you lay it on. I can sense the aura of cheeriness masking a very vicious person.
Oh, my poor heart.
Most importantly, I don't know if you care about winning.
I told you.
That you don't care about leaving, to say nothing about winning or losing.
Oh my gosh, I think I might actually regret killing you when the time comes. Keep alive until the end would do. The others won't be nearly as fun prey as you when I crush you, that spirit of yours. But like, let's be friends, Algie, then. I mean, you're pretty easy on the ice, and it's not like we can have some fun. So what do you say?
Sure, I'm sure that won't backfire on me later on. It might. Whatever.
Like it totally will. You might get attached to me and hesitate in the moment before I sheave you.
Not really. Whereas you have no qualms killing friends because you just don't care.
I live for the moment.
Before I have a chance to react, Isaiah leans in and gives me a soft kiss on the cheek.
Like that. Hee, you taste salty.
Warn me next time.
I know your reaction is priceless. I'll think about it for... Fine, but you'll need to learn how to just live impulsively if we're going to stay friends.
Look, can you at least, I don't know, show me around or give me the schedule?
Toads can.
Wind in the crown.
Hiya! I'm back. I brought another fortunate soul about to die in my climb to the top.
Ooh, I wish you wouldn't keep referring to us that way.
More blood for the blood lily.
It's somehow worse.
Naturally, I can get much worse. Besides, your sister doesn't get way more like her, except less creepy.
She means well.
She's not even hot like you, so that just makes the creepiness far worse.
Sister.
Oh my gosh, you didn't get told on the train? Okay, so get this Faye here.
Ufay Lerish. Aku Hobson, pleasure to meet ya.
It just got to be her notion sacrifice when they made the announcement that the Scarlian's draw was getting standing right next to her. Dun dun dun!
She's technically my half-sister since her mother was a Scarlian citizen that died during childbirth. My father moved back to Royale where he remarried and had me. Royale might be my half-sister by law, but to me that does matter. She's my beloved older sister, Royale. That's a name we know. Those things are mutually exclusive, you know.
But because her big sis was born Scarlian, she gets pulled from the Scarlian pit and not the Mariayan pit, and talk about her astronomically bad luck. Little Faye here is going to have to kill her precious sister. Isn't that just the world we live in?
I try not to think about it.
Willful ignorance will just make it worse when you have to do the deed.
I'm going to everything to win this, but if it comes down to either me or Royale, I know who is going to win. Getting a better look at the woman's pale blue eyes, I can see a bit of pain behind them. She knows full well what she has to do. The stone and definition in her muscles, strength in her stance, fire in those icy blue eyes. Maybe I should stop worrying about her sister so much and worry about the threat in front of me. It's something that someone without her heart or my skills would say. What sort of story pits sister against sister? I'm going to throat punch Chief the next time I see him for arranging this turn of events. By the way, your sister's name is Royale. I know a Royale myself. For as much as I would love to hear a Royale right now, still glad she's in here. She was pretty weird as well. When we first met, she was creeping around until she decided to reveal herself, and then she just forced her way in.
Kinky!
Not like that. She made some bold claims on what she believed and then just refused to go away. Nothing I could do would get rid of her. She thought it was destiny. No, wait. She thought it was her role to be beside me. As far as what she said was in bed, as she was about personal boundaries, her advice was usually sound. And the rest was? Creepy and unsettly because it was either completely lacking in social grace and norms or were just odd ramblings from her. Very much so. But even then, I miss not having her around. I didn't realize how much she got gotten into my head. Literally and figuratively, but there is no way they'd understand that. I wonder how Royale's teenage years were. Somehow I just have a hard time picturing her as a kid.
Why is that?
Whenever I think of her, I see this strong, mysterious woman lurking in the shadows, but doesn't lend itself towards adorable child or awkward children. I mean, teenager.
Perhaps that awkwardness limits itself to teenagers.
Huh?
She sounds a lot like you, sis. I'm sure the two will get along fabulously. She sounds a lot like me because we are the same person. Huh? You know Aku?
The very tall newcomer nods, and it only takes a few moments before I come to the unsettling conclusion that I do indeed know this woman. God above, was I this short when I was young.
Is this so?
Hey?
Come on! Yuffie! We should go greet the other new arrivals. They should be getting here any moment.
Hey, but
Come on!
Asa gives me a playful wink as she virtually shoves Ufaye back inside. Did Troll give her the wrong impression about us? Probably. This one not my type. Probably. Knowing her, she said that she was inside me and Azaya took that. I can't literally because literally was how it was. Figuratively, literally. Oh, the golden eye again. Dun. 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 If I hadn't recognized the voice, almost certainly wouldn't have recognized the girl standing before me. Maybe the stances are the same, but the figure is different from my memory. The lanky girl's tied back hair remains that soft, pale lavender that I remember from the rare moment she took off her hood, but longer and with shade of wildness. The pale eyes still have the mysterious color, but the lack of light that used to shine in them. Her smooth, near flawless skin has lost the colorless grey of a necromancer and taken on a similar shade of brown to Hector after his other hearts had been ripped out. What? Completely lacking in the abundance of shadow magic that Lorella was known to master. The treasures some of things assuming this her, I could very well be off track and she could have fooled me with her opening line. Did she fall? Did she?
I do not think you were this short when you were a teenager, Aku.
I didn't hit growth spurt until I was nearly 18, thank you very much.
You seem oddly defensive about it. Does your pride extend to your height?
I'm oddly defensive, if you must call it that, because I'm not certain who you are.
Oh, you have suffered some form of memory loss. I will fill it in.
I'm not...
I'm little Cricket, 16 years old, and the eldest daughter of the guard captain. I sat 2 seats behind my younger sister in class, very focused on mining for several years, and spent a couple of hours a day studying and thinking about you. We met one summer after I went to visit some relatives, as we recall that you were the daughter of a local tanner who had a very hard time socializing. I think I might have been your only friend. Those days were apparently very precious to me. I'm not entirely sure why, in retrospect. I do not understand that emotion.
Literal.
And all of those memories are false in terms of reality outside of this location.
Wait, you already got that sorted out?
Yeah, I spent far too much time in my own head to not distinguish my own thoughts from fiction.
Oh, I'm impressed. It took me a while to figure it out that Aku Hobson, shadow magic instructor in the mountain, was a real person.
I'm not creative enough to design the elaborate tales in Israel's teenage journals. The details are far too colorful and flowery compared to how mine truly were.
How so?
She talks about delivering a poem of love to her crush with a blood-red rose to their heart instead of a simple silver dagger stabbed into their door.
I'm sorry, what?
I suppose getting a dagger would be harder here, but the sharpened stem of rose just seems barbaric.
That's not... Focus, Royale.
I am.
On why we are here and why we are teenagers.
Oh, I understand now why you were wondering about me when I was this age.
Is everything okay?
I'm coming to terms with the possibility that all I have lived for has been invalidated and I do not have a purpose. It's either focused on the simple and silly.
Because you are not inside of me. Wow.
We are not one anymore. I did not think such a thing was possible.
It would take healing magic far beyond anything that any mere mortal could perform. Maybe the goddess herself could perform such an act of separation and regeneration, but nobody we know. This is going to sound a little bit crazy, but we have somehow been sucked into that magic book we found in a forbidden library. I suspect because we are two separate entities, we are given two different bodies.
Oh.
Just oh, you aren't shocked by the sudden reveal?
No, I thought perhaps you had finally lost your mind after finding disturbing eldritch truth and were lost somewhere in your mindscape. I'm not sure I would have gone crazy as well. Would we both fall into such a trap if it was red?
Okay, I'm just going to end that line of thinking.
Because the brief moment of lucidity is coming up to shatter the illusion you have created.
Because an insane person is never going to be able to prove their own sanity to themselves. You can work that angle if you want. I'm just going to treat this whole situation like a cursed magical item.
Ooh, that was brought on by the insanity. Very well, if I can find some way to guide your insanity, that will make it far easier to win this competition.
Oh no!
I'll guide it fairly.
Literal. That's not the problem here. Pretend for a moment that this tournament is real. How many winners can you have?
Only the last standing at the end of the competition.
And where would the rest of these aspirants be?
That in a variety of horrific and tragic ways.
That's what I'm thinking. Really, not looking forward to that aspect, especially when I think we may have a genuine psycho in our ranks.
She did seem fascinated with you.
Not the point. Literal. There is 2 of us and only 1 possible winner. We both can be the winner here. That's not even including Ahm-e.
Oh, I see. That's not a problem.
You have a plan.
No, it's just statistically more likely that one or both of us will have perished before the point that we face each other in singular combat.
Literal.
You can be seen as grating and rude to most, and I feel everyone but this world's Miss sister feels threatened by me. If we do not perish in the trials, we likely will perish in the voting.
No, don't think like that. We are going to win this.
But there can be no we in the victor's circle. Is that not what you said? Unless we accept from the start that there can only be one of us that survives this, if we pull our efforts into collectively surviving, we'll both perish.
What? Wait, are you saying we invest both our efforts to making sure that I survive or you?
No, we'll pull our efforts into making sure you survive.
Literal! I already stared death in the face once and you gave your life to save me. I take a deep breath and let it slowly hiss out. This is the most painful truth I've had to face. I can do that again. This time you'll make it back home.
That's illogical.
It's not.
What would happen if I returned from the book and you stayed dead? Would I be locked away in the soulless husk without the mind? Would I die seconds after your body died? Perhaps I would not be allowed to return as I was a tag along to this world. They are fair points, are they not?
I'm still not going to stop trying to save you. Maybe you'll get your own body back. Maybe you'll get to drive mine.
Don't since I feel like that. I would rather be dead.
You'd rather be dead than have to live in my body. Ow, I know some people don't like redheads, but that seems to be excessive.
I don't quite like the vibrancy of your hair. More like a burning flame than the blood dripping out of a fresh corpse.
Wait, did I say I don't like? I quite like. Anyway.
Thanks. But that's not my place to be. I'm not to be the guiding voice inside of you. Your strength and all that helps make you whole. Even if I were to return to the body without you and survive, I do not think I could live without my purpose.
Literal. You can be more in life than half of a grey mage.
Indeed I can be. I do not wish to be.
Duet, you've given your life for me once before. I'm going to demand it from you again.
You'll give it willingly.
I need it. I could take it. I do not wish to do so.
You should do not steal other people's words. You do not know where they've been.
I know where your mouth has been.
Do you? Perhaps the nature has done some exploring. For that matter, what do you know of me before I come to join with you?
Hold up. She looks around curiously.
Hold what? She obviously wants you to hold her up. She thinks you might have had another girl's tongue in your mouth and needs to see some kind of physical intimacy to know she's still yours. Oh, it's about that one time, is it?
Wait. I'm getting more convinced by the moment. You've had another girl's tongue in your mouth.
Back in the Grey Mages, there was a particularly odd ritual involving what to do with traitors in certain.
Never mind. I think I'm much happier not knowing. Azaya, who is this? Okay, she seems boring.
Oh, this is Vukra. Is this just the most terrible person who is about to die first that you've ever seen?
Meh.
It's probably true. No, probably I've never seen someone who looks so ready to just give up on life. I think she might already be dead. I could only be so lucky. She's just so depressed. I don't think I'll have to kill her, not only that, but look at her chest. She's seriously packing some Dobon conqueros. Can I grab them?
Yeah, okay, that part is good. Azaya.
What?
Even I know that asking girl you just meant to let you grab their breast is repugnant.
Can't argument. Either I'm going to be the queen and she'll be dead, so I can write a story of what just happened the way I want, or I'm going to be a corpse and I really don't particularly care anymore what everybody thinks. So, you can take your manners and sexual harassment claims and shove them right up your bum.
Please don't fight over me, I'm not worth it.
Trust me, Wookie, you are very much worth fighting for.
At least we agreed on that, even if it's for completely opposite beliefs.
But think about it, Wooks. It's a good way to make friends with me and survive a few days longer.
I definitely don't want that.
Hey, if you want to shove you off a cliff instead as payment.
Azaya.
What?
Seriously, stop.
Wow, let me think. Fuck you all and your opinions. I seriously don't care what you think to have to say. Or is someone jealous that they are getting my attention? Is that it? Well, they do say that opposites attract.
She advances a single step towards me before eventually being rebuked by Royale. For a fleeting moment, I can see genuine concern in Azaya's eyes as she stares up at the towering girl full of anger.
Step back. Fine, she's yours. Have fun. Plenty of other girls to enjoy in my last days on this ball of dirt.
Good.
So, who's ready for some food? I am, and that's all that matters. I heard that there is even supposed to be a feast today in our honor. Can you believe that?
I heard they even serve dishes from every nation. I'm so excited.
I know he's probably the most excited about this. That some girl, from what I heard, and my information is pretty reliable. She's a street urchin. Grew up doing whatever it took to survive. I bet she's never had a full meal in her life. It's not like she's so sociable or anything, so no free handouts for her. Which is a shame. If you get people to give you free stuff and it costs nothing to you, why not get it?
Pride?
Oh, screw pride. Pride and remorse are just things that keep you from getting the furthest you can in life.
Kind of true. But also, it's good to have it.
But if she wants to be all dark and brooding with her sad tragic backstory, she can go ahead and be my guest. She's not even that cute.
Azaya.
Don't look at me like that. If she wants to be loner and then have all of us turn against her the first time none of us die during an event, the easier my victory will be. And that kind of mentality will start biting her in the butts now. Come on, girls. They want us all to gather in the lobby in 10 minutes. Best get moving now.
Aku, can I ask a favor of you? Do you want me to go and find Sam? It's actually Sienna. I think it would be a good idea for all of us to be at this fest, even if we are, you know...
mortal enemies about to fight to the death.
I kinda like her, to be honest.
Yeah.
I guess it wouldn't hurt me to meet another one of the aspirants. I've got a solid grasp on the others, but any plans I might formulate could be thrown off by a wild card. I don't mind. Do you know where she might be hiding?
No, she's been pretty much stay away from everyone, except when Azaya forced her to introduce herself. Sienna is rather...
dark and brooding.
It's a little harsh, but Azaya is a sharp judge. Good luck, yell if you need any help.
Thanks. Right. I just need to figure out where she is and... Whoa! Wait, where did you come from?
I was watching you, Aku Hobson. Creepy!
You and Laurel would be good friends.
Would we? Even though I'm not from another world.
Oh, freak, so she overheard me. How the hell did she manage to pull that off without Laurel knowing? That's a dangerous warning sign that I'm not sure if she did that to give me, but it is one that I'm going to take to heart. Never lose sight of Sienna, or I might find myself never seeing anything again. It's not. It was a joke.
A joke?
Yeah, you don't think that we are
Mage instructors from another world, that she died protecting you and her heart was put inside you, that somehow she's still alive as a ghost or something. Magic, presumably.
It sounds absolutely nuts.
And that you both are now trying to find a way to escape the darkness that is threatening to drag you down into the abyss of death. Escape to your world.
Sienna. She raised her hand to silence me.
Quite the dream, but you need to accept the dark, abysmal reality that you face. There is no escape, there is no hope. Only one of us is going to make it back home, even that home is nothing more than a book or some world on the outside. So, I don't care if you are from that world or you are from this one. Like everything else in this world, it doesn't really matter. Nothing ever does.
You certainly are a bundle of sunshine and rainbows. Yeah, you and Flora really will get together well.
I don't intend to get along with anyone here. If one is going to make it, it is going to be me.
If you don't mind me saying so, that is arguably the stupidest idea I've heard in a while. Alliances are important if you're going to survive the voting.
Only if someone doesn't die in the trial.
And you're going to make that happen.
I'm going to win this.
Questions, okay. What exactly are you going to go back home? Wait, what exactly are you going to go back home to that makes you so determined? Sure. I heard from Isaiah that you are an orphan from the streets. Is the promise of being the ruler and living in luxury that motivating?
You've never lived a hard life, have you? Never struggled a day in your life digging through rubbish bins and had to fight rats for what remained? I'm never going back to that life. Never again. Not that I have a choice in the matter. Either I'm going to be sitting on a throne or I'm going to be lying in a grave.
Makes sense. We're so confident that you are going to win. You're not the first person here who has told me with such certainty that they are the one who is taking home the price of survival. Why you?
Because I have the strongest drive.
I did not realize someone had found a way to weaponize feelings. Wooker's weapons, mass darkness will doom us all to a certain death. Just for a split second I can see the dark, uncaring look. Crack! And a smile forming underneath it, just for that split second.
If she did, the eternal night will consume us far faster than expected.
Are you sure that you don't want to be my ally? Come on. You're sure that you don't want to ally with me? I don't care that you are an orphan or that.
Stop.
But...
Seriously, stop. I'm not going to be your ally.
Why? Can you at least tell me that?
Because I need consistent variables in this equation to maximize my odds of survival.
And you don't know what I will do.
I don't know when you will betray me, but you will. It's better to just remove the problem than to develop million plans for it.
Are you sure? You strike me as the type who likes thinking up a million crazy plans. Still no.
Still no.
Well, I guess we should probably get going then. So much for my first attempt at getting an ally. Anyway, if your heart is set, then let's get going. I'm ready for something decent to eat.
Not yet, I had a request for you.
Oi, you refuse all of mine, yet you expect me to accept one of yours.
Presumptuous, I know, but I asked nevertheless. I want stories.
What? Like bedtime stories from the girl you're about to try and kill?
I want to hear about the world you came from, the mountain, the different forms of magic, all of it. I may not be able to ever see such a place, but imagination in a dark world is an extraordinary thing.
I'll think about it.
Please do, if you will, excuse me.
Yeah, we best get going.
Wind in the crown.
Okay, I think this is actually where we are going to cut it, because... seems like it's not going to be as I thought to make chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3 into like separate episodes. It is going to be a bit longer, so we'll continue with chapter 1 tomorrow. For now, consider liking the video, subscribe if you're new, of course, if you are into this game, of course, because we'll play through this entirely, and of course there will be more games, even more. Also in the description, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, of course, if you're into that stuff, and most importantly, the link to the game as well. you can get it yourself too. On itch.io. For now, hope you all have a wonderful day. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow too. Bye bye.